And hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJB TV. And I hope you've been looking forward to this game number 6 between Gensay and Leebokgu that we're going to be jumping into right here, right now. With Leebokgu, also known as White and Black, here on the name Next Solution on the 3 o'clock spawn location. And then we have his opponent, known as Gensay, here on the Protoss. Yellow Protoss, bottom left of the map. Gensay, a currently inactive and retired fastest map player who has been considered to be, maybe, the second best fastest player since like 2017. Which is a very long time to be considered the second best player for. And the best player, of course, during that time has been none other than Brain himself. And you could argue that perhaps at some point, maybe Luckyback was better than Gensay, maybe Biol was better than Gensay, but I think players like Luckyback, Shin, Biol, and Gensay, they are so close to one another that it's really difficult to pick out one of them. But I think that overall, Gensay has the better resume, the better resume. He's just maybe the better fastest player than the other 3 that I just mentioned. And then of course we got Leebokgu, who is just an amazing player all around, has very good multitasking, has a very good understanding of build orders, but he might have one single weakness, and that is he is perhaps a little bit too persistent on staying with the same build order. He's also maybe not one of the more creative players. He is a very by the books player. He follows the manual, follows the flowchart. He follows it well, perhaps better than most people. But it does mean that he can be a predictable player, whereas Gensay is literally the most unpredictable player in all of fastest map. So far in his 5-game series, this is game number 6, in the first 5 games he did a different build order every single time. This guy has build orders that go in every single direction you can imagine. This time around though, it's looking standard. But the opening might be standard, does not mean he will follow a standard trajectory after this opening. He might still go sideways or whatever other way he would like to go. A lot of options are on the board. Whereas we have Leebokgu killing the probe, denying information, so Gensay doesn't quite know that Leebokgu went for a +1 command center in the back. Actually make it +2 command centers, because that is something you can do when your opponent goes for a double nexus opening into a forge with no zealots on the map. You can afford to go for a triple command center. Now it is quite risky though. It is quite risky to go for a triple command center, because even though triple command center gets you more SCVs, you still have to build and purchase those SCVs. So you do get more money into the bank. Part of that money goes into SCVs, which of course do mine more money, but the payoff on that very fast economy opening does take a while to really kick in. It takes a short little while. Still on double barracks at the moment, getting an academy. He's on 1 gas in the back. And getting barracks number 3. He's delaying the factory by a tiny bit because he didn't go for a double gas. Most of the time when players go for a triple command center like this, they get a double gas in the back to really get that factory faster than they otherwise would be able to. So his factory is slightly slower than usual, but still, I would say, still on time. And here you can see Gensay is going for that little bit of trickery that he likes to do, that little bit of deviating from the plan. Perhaps he has no plan and he just makes a plan up as he goes. He's going to go for a triple gateway into Dragoons, into a delayed robotics in the front. He's going to use the Dragoons to maybe try and bait Leebokgu into attacking the choke and then counter with the Dragoons. It's something some players do. They intentionally build a weaker choke. Then they build some Dragoons hiding behind the choke out of vision. And when the Terran attacks into the cannons and loses some Marine medics, they go for the counter-attack, which can be very difficult to hold. But it's not going to happen. But Gensay is very wisely keeping his eyes on this choke point here with the Zealot, moving away on time every single time the Marines move forward. But he's going to lose it there. One little slip up. Right as I praise his awareness, he Slips up, loses the Zealots, but that doesn't really matter too much because now the Dragoons are out of the map and they're going to go for the attack. They have range coming up in 1 second. It's finished. It was even faster than 1 second, but he's here. He's got it rolling. But the Marines have Stim and Medics, so the Dragoons are not going to be doing that much. He's going to try to micro his way backwards to buy himself some time and kill some Marines. And he does kill some Marines, but there's a bunker in the front. We got tank on the way, but no siege mode being researched yet. You have to get range and Stim before the siege mode, which kind of hurts because it does slow down the tank, and the tank is the main defense against Dragoons. So Gensay here is doing some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff, and Leebokgu is slightly struggling with it because of his choices earlier. The triple command center cost him a lot of money, and his army is smaller than it would be if he didn't go for the triple command center. But he's pushing back the Dragoons, and while that is happening, Gensay got 3 more gateways, no cannons in the back, anywhere yet to be seen, getting Zealot speed, level 1 attack, and getting shuttle speed, and getting a shuttle, and probably gonna get a reverse to put into the shuttle as well. But first, he's putting a lot of pressure onto his adversary here with those Dragoons and finds an opening there outside of tank range. So maybe try and kill the bunker, but he might be overextending, although a lot of Marines do go down. And he lost 1 Dragoon actually. He's going to go in once again. He's going to try to sneak in over the top side. The tank is too far on the bottom. He notices that there are not enough units in the base from Leebokgu to defend against the Dragoons, so he's stepping forward into the base. This is what makes Gensay so difficult to play against. So dangerous on every single moment in the game. The guy can multitask like crazy, like absolutely crazy. Now he does go into the base and winds up not really killing much of anything with the Dragoons, but it did take a lot out of Leebokgu to defend that. Took a lot out of him. And that's painful. That's really something Gensay shines at, is attacking and building at the same time. He's spending his minerals expertly. He's got 51 Protic and 55 SCV, so his work count is a little bit lower, but I don't think he cares too much about that. We got a shuttle there on the bottom. He's going to try to fly in over the bottom. Like, the thing that Gensay has achieved with his consistent and persistent frontal aggression with the Dragoons is he's really slowed down Leebokgu's ability to protect himself against drops. There's only a few turrets, there's only a few Marines on the pathways, nothing on the top side. If he had gone for the top side drop, this would have been wildly successful. They're going to get 2 shots there on the tank, flies away, shuttle survives, like, oh, very close survives. Like a couple more hits, would have gone down. So he takes down the tank, opens up a hole in the bottom, kind of, but he's largely focusing on building up this stronger army here in the front to attack with while dropping. He's going to go for both at the same time. He's going to flank from the top, outside of tank range, Very strong frontal attack here from Gensay. He's just falling forward. Tank's going to take it out. Marines stimming from the back to the front. Marines have to stim from the back to the front, and that might not be enough. It might not be enough. This is a very strong force here from Gensay. The shuttle has recovered some of its shield. He's going to try to fly out of there. Barely survives yet again. Barely survives. And there's a GG. Gensay with an insanely strong frontal bust attack. Like, everything combined led to this situation. Gensay did an amazing job of putting a lot of pressure onto Leebokgu at the choke point with those Dragoons, and that just cost Leebokgu so much effort, so many actions, so much time was sunk into defending that, while Gensay was able to keep on building back at home while attacking. He truly is a master at multitasking in that regard. He can be aggressive, he can build at the same time. I wouldn't say it's unique, but it's definitely a very rare thing to see. Very few players can multitask as well as Gensay can. And he has that factor to him where he will try to, I would say, brute force some situations. But the way he brute forces some situations comes with an expert and almost unique understanding of the limitations. How far can he push his units? How far can he push himself? How far can he push the situation? Expertly played. It all came together with level 1 attack, zealot speed, and a cute little gateway army with 2 Reavers on the top. So game number 7. Score is 3-3. I think we started this series out with 3 wins for Leebokgu. Or maybe it was 2 wins and 1 loss, not too sure. But the bottom line is we are at a 3-3 score at the moment. Gensay has been making a comeback. It was down 1 win to 3 losses. And now we're in game number 7. He's going to try to, of course, get himself into the lead. But so is Leebokgu. He's here on the orange Terran. Middle right, middle left, Gensay on the teal Protoss. And this looks like a mid-gate from Gens. Maybe it does not. It could be like a pseudo mid-gate. A neo mid-gate build order, where instead of building them on the middle, he builds them right here in the choke. Like right here, triple gateway. It's something that I saw Rabbit do for the first time. And it basically gives you most of the advantages of a triple mid-gate build order without having the gateways exposed on the middle, which comes with some downsides and some upsides. Heavier gateways in the middle, of course, means that the zealots can basically spawn right outside of the base of your enemy. But if it goes wrong, you lose the gateways very quickly, very easily. Likewise, putting your gateways here back at home gives you a little more safety, but there's a little more traveling time to the enemy base, which makes, of course, the attack a little bit less strong, because the enemy might have 1 or 2 or 3 more Marines by the time yourselves arrive. There's upsides and downsides. And Gensay and Rabbit, the only 2 people who use this gateway in the choke bull order, think it's worth it. They both think it's worth it. And I'm inclined to take their word for it. If they can make it work, it's good. But then again, they can make a lot of things work that many other people cannot make work. So there's upsides, downsides, and it takes a lot of skill to pull it off. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. So here we go. It's time to commence the plan. The fight erupts. To a bunker supply depot on the way in the front. And they get that SCV, Marines at the back there, balling up, waiting for the time to strike, but the Zealots got into the base. Which now puts Leebokgu in quite some trouble, because the Zealots can keep running back and forth while reinforcements show up here in the front. And a pylon, he's got a forge on the way back at home. Could have built some cannons in the front. The Zealots are still marching back and forth in the back, looking to kill Marines and maybe get on top of the SCVs. 2 more Zealots there, 3 more Zealots walking through a bunker that has only, okay, got 4 Marines in there. So now we have a little bit of trouble for Leebokgu. The Zealots are in the base and they're dancing back and forth in between 2 groups of Marines. It's easier for Gensay to micro this than it is for Leebokgu. Leebokgu still handles it quite well. More Zealots in the front, trying to get into the base. Zealots on the bottom, looking for something to kill. Almost got that SCV. Zealots in the front trying to get in, but they get blocked by an SCV, so they can't get into the base. Getting on top of the SCVs there. Get blocked by a spawning SCV. Cannons on the way in the front. Marines from the back have to move to the front now to stop the cannon, but the cannon finishes up just on time. The first one was warped in outside of Leebokgu's division. So the cannon there in the front now basically keeps Leebokgu contained in space. One Zealot still running around in the back, being very annoying. Very annoying. Getting a command center. Cybercore on the way back at home there for Gensay. Let me just hotkey that real quick. Cybercore on the way, double gas, might go for Dragoons, might go for Citadel and Dark Templars. Not too sure, but he's up to no good. He's up to something funky. Might even try to go for Citadel and Reavers. Also a possibility. He could make the robotics right here, right outside of Leebokgu's base. You never know. I've seen some players do it. They get these cannons up here on the middle, then they build robotics right here, get a very fast support bay, they don't make a shuttle, and they just crawl up into the Terran base. Zealots, Reavers. It's basically a Protoss against Zerg build order, but they do it against Terran, and it can be quite effective. Factory on the way there for Leebokgu. Zealots take down the supply depots in the front. He's supply blocked. 34 available supply, but he's got 47 units in total. That's going to be 3 supply depots in total in order to get unstuck. Help me, stepbrother. I'm stuck. Although the command center finishes as well, so he has production capability yet again. Double bunker in the front. Citadel of Doom back at home, and double robo in the middle of the map. Oh, fight happening, but it's just a dance back and forth. So double robo, he might have seen the robo with the Marines as he stepped forward. He might have seen this, he might know. Tank there, getting his machine shot. Robo number 1 finished up. It's going to be the race against the clock. Will the support bay come out first, or will siege mode be ready on those tanks before the Reaver crawls up? I really like what both players are doing here. This is really interesting stuff here from Gensay that you will never ever see anywhere at all. This is a very unique build order. I've seen a variation on this with Dragoons, where a player goes fast Dragoons on the triple gateway, and then they build a pylon in the middle, unprotected by cannons. They use the Dragoons to protect the gateway, the pylons, and the robotics on the middle. They build Reavers and crawl forward with Reaver and Dragoon. This time around, it's Zealot with Zealot speed on the way, and 2 Reavers in production. Now again, the same rule applies as with the middle gateway build order. This is quite exposed to enemy damage. It's very close to the enemy base. It's got upsides, downsides. It's easy to lose this, but it does give him the opportunity, the ability to basically walk right into Leebokgu's base. As soon as the units spawn, he can walk right in there and attack. Reaver's almost finished up. Siege tank is on the way. Siege tank almost siege mode. It will, I think, siege mode will finish just on time unless the siege tank gets killed before it can siege up. It's going to be a very close call. It has to crawl back. Reaver's coming forward. The attack starts. Speed on the Zealots finishes up exactly as the Reaver starts shooting. Zealots splitting up to the top and the bottom side. This is a great move. Going to try to get behind on the Marines. Marines stimming to the bottom. Tank at the bottom gets taken down. Zealots running into the backside. Attack not really going as well as you would have liked. Tank finishes up just on time. Zealots in the back. This is definitely not going as Gensay had planned. Definitely not. More Zealots coming over the front side. Tank is getting repaired. Marines coming in to save the tank. Tank does not go down. It survives. Barely survives. Very close call. And the Zealots in the back get cleaned up as well. So very close call. It looked really cool though, him splitting up to the top and the bottom. Reavers not as effective as they would have liked to be. 2 tanks finished up, gonna take that one down, gonna stim forward, snipe one, loses all the Marines. Gonna get the tank at the back there. This time around the tank will go down. He's opened up a hole into Leebokgu's base. A wide open hole. We got 2 bunkers there still on the top side, filled with... one is filled with Marines. It's got 4 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Against 9 gateways, and 2 robos. I'd say at the moment, production ability is in favor of Gensay. Goes over the top side. He took down the bunker. Zealot's getting on top of the Marines. Marines from the bottom steaming to the top. He's got 2 Reavers, or did 2 Reavers die? He's got 1 Reaver still alive. Gonna fly in under the protection of Zealots. Zealots have to get on top of the tank and open up a pathway. He's fighting on 2 locations at the same time. Tank gets taken down. Marines coming forward. Marines are exposed to the Reaver Scarab shots. Turret there shoots on the shuttle. Shuttle's almost dead. Tank in the back has sieged up. Reavers have to... This is a very close game. Zealots still winning on the top side. Zealots are going in. Leebokgu lost the fight in the back of his base, and now Zealots are killing everything they can. You have to stim forward really quickly. Do not lose the Marines, because that's going to be a disaster. Zealots in the back are killing everything. Stims to the backside. Attack on the front. This is one of the most interesting, hyper-aggressive build orders I've seen in a long time from Gensay. And it's quite effective. Not as effective as he would have liked. He would have liked to have killed Leebokgu with this already. Because the longer the Terran stays alive, the more difficult this becomes, because the Terran has double command center. So the Terran's production ability will eventually outscale the Protons. But so far, Gensay has been doing a great job of keeping Leebokgu from growing too big. Supply counts are about the same. Zealots once again crawl to the backside, gonna attack the back. Gonna trickle turrets, supply depots, whatever they can, maybe some Marines. Never mind, he turns around, runs to the front. Gonna run to the front. Zealots go in. Reaver's getting target fire there by the tanks, getting on top of the bunkers. Reaver's not shooting as well as they should be. So that I want to. If he kills the tanks, okay, he does not kill the tank. If he killed 2 tanks, I would have to say that was a great success. But the tanks staying alive puts Leebokgu in the advantage over Gensay. He's got the advantage at the moment. And we might have a drop raids on the way. He's going to use raids to kill the shuttle. Interesting. He's going to go for a drop over the bottom side. He should have gone over the top side, because the bottom side has turrets all over the place and vision on the high ground with the dropship. Wraith flies in. Wraith. Ooh, right in between. There's turrets. He's going to have to unload the Reaver shuttle. Big army balling up on the middle. Got 3 more gateways on the way for a total of 12 on the map. 12 gateways in total. 41 probes against 48 SCVs. And the shuttle got taken down. I don't see the shuttle anywhere anymore. The shuttle got taken down. Goes in over the top, but yeah, it looks like Leebokgu is just growing much faster than Gensay is at the moment. Gensay has just fallen behind on his opponent. The build order was very cool to watch, but he was so close to succeeding. Very close to succeeding. Just couldn't quite get enough damage in with the attack attempts. I think splitting the Zealots to the top and the bottom allowed the Zealots to take a little bit too much damage. And they died a little bit too quick. It looked cute, looked really cool. But when the Zealots walk to the top and the bottom, they're taking damage. All flies right into the Wraith. Which means turrets can shoot on that shuttle. Shuttle takes a lot of damage. Shuttle might get taken down by the Wraith as it is on the chase. He's building his Templars Archive on the middle as well. So if Gensay doesn't get a kill very soon, he's gonna lose. He is gonna lose. He's building cannons here back at home against tank drops. He saw the dropship earlier. So he knows tank drops are a possibility. So he's getting some anti-tank drop defense back at home. Supply counts are about the same. Leebokgu built a beautiful, beautiful circle around this choke point of bunkers and tanks. Attacking through the front is simply not going to work. This is a great defensive lineup. Now he does have some upgrades though. Level 1 attack. Got armor on the way, storm on the way. Whereas Leebokgu's level 1 attack there on the Marines goes over the bottom side. It's a double shuttle drop. Double shuttle drop has to unload on the bottom side. SUVs are safe and sound, but the supply depots in the armory might get taken down. He's going to go for the armory first. Supply depots get taken down. He's ignoring the armory. Oh, if he could have stopped that level 1 attack on the tanks, would have been quite big. But he goes in over the front. Goes over the front. Big Zealot attack with a couple Reavers, a couple Templars, and Dragoons. But there's just so many bunkers. This is not working. This is just not working out. This defensive setup is rock solid. Absolutely rock solid. Let us drop over the bottom. Never mind. Was the shuttle just dying? Was just the shuttle dying? So he's got a big army in the middle. A lot of production going on. 51 probes back at home. Only 3 cannons. This is like a prime target for tank drops. But Leebokgu is so focused on defending. Comes over the bottom side yet again. Shuttle survives. Makes his way in but gets sniped. Templar gets sniped. Instantly killed. Murdered. Didn't stand a chance. 64 SCVs still alive on the minerals. Command Center number 3 finished. Comsat number 2 on the way. And the income now for Leebokgu is good enough to afford more factories. That's what he's going to do. Building a science facility as well and a second armory. So 2 armories for double upgrade there on the tanks. And he starts pushing forward, which is a cause for concern for Gensay. Gensay's trying to kill the turrets from across the high ground using vision to allow the Dragoons to shoot, but there's tanks at the bottom. Not gonna work. Leebokgu is defending expertly. Very solid, very difficult defense so far, but he's managed to basically take no serious damage. Some moments looks very scary, but okay, gonna try to get some Dragoons on the high ground. He's trying to open up the sides. But there's tanks covering the hills. So that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's annoying. He's trying. He has to keep trying for ways in. Just can't find a way in. We have a stone wall fortress built for Leebokgu. Gonna try again. But my prognosis at the moment is looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad, but he goes in. A lot of bunkers went down, a lot of storms hitting everywhere. Reavers are loading in the front, gonna have to kill the tanks to stop the Reavers from dying. And no. Okay, maybe, just maybe. Those 3 Reavers killed a lot of stuff. But will it be enough? He's gonna try to micro the Reaver shuttle there on the bottom side to kill some tanks. He gets some successful shots off on the tanks, but the Reaver shuttle is gonna die. No. But he gets tank dropped back at home and calls GG. How many kills? 35. That's just instantaneous GG. Instantaneous GG. And without an economy, on a single Nexus, he's not gonna stay in the race. He just doesn't stand a chance. Does not stand a chance. So Gensay put everything he had into this very hyper-aggressive push attempt from the middle. But it wasn't meant to be. Leebokgu escapes from the jaws of defeat by an inch or two. In that game, he got very close to getting destroyed a couple times. But he managed to persevere and hold out until the very end. Which means we're going into game number 8 between Gensay and Leebokgu. The score is 3 wins for Gensay, 4 wins for Leebokgu. Both players apparently evenly matched. Although I gotta admit that Gensay has a little bit more style to his play. But having more style to your play doesn't mean that you're the better player, it just means that you like the style a little bit more. Whereas, as I said before, Leebokgu really is a standard player. He plays very standard, and as you saw so far, Gensay pulls out another bold order every single game he plays. Every single time he has a chance to show something off, he's gonna do it. He is gonna show off what he's got. So once again, for game number 8, let's see what he has in store. What does he have prepared for you and I? What is he gonna do? Dragoons. It's gonna be Dragoons. It's gonna be Dragoons. So yet again, another bold order reveals itself. He's gonna do it from a corner spawn against a corner spawn, and honestly, in my opinion, Dragoon bold order is most difficult against a Terran sitting in a corner. Against the middle spawn location, it's a bit easier, because there's more surface area for your Dragoons to spread out in that choke point. Against corner spawns, a little bit more difficult to do. So how is this going to work out? I'm not too sure, but I'm currently placing my eggs into the basket of Leebokgu winning this. But you never know. Gensay might just pull off, once again, some absolutely amazing Protoss play. That's something he does a lot. His Protoss is very, very fun to behold, to witness, to revel in. Actually, he's gonna go for it. Is this different? So 2 gateways, Cybercore. Was I wrong? An assimilator? Was I wrong about this build order? Is he not gonna go for Dragoons? Is he gonna go for Fast Dark Templars? What's he gonna do? What is he gonna do? No Zealot in production, so we can already eliminate that as a possibility. That's a very fast second gas. Faster than you would usually see. And he got a little bit of luck on his side. Because, as we can see, Leebokgu didn't find him yet. He didn't go in all the way. This is looking like game number 3, where Leebokgu didn't fully scout the bases and missed out on what was happening. And look at this, double gateway into a robotics, double dragoon into robotics. He is doing something unique, cutting range. This is something I've not seen before. This specifically, I have not seen before. But he finds him eventually, but the dragoons are out and about, ready to kill the SCV, but SCV dies very slowly because it's a small unit. Dragoons are big units, and they have an attack damage type that deals half damage against small units. So the SCV gets all the information, sees everything, and he can now prepare himself for the incoming strategy from Gensay. That is one we've not seen before. This really is the very first time that this build order is being revealed to us. It's a very fast Dragoon Reaver build order. And I assume he's going to try to use the Dragoon Reaver to bust the front door. He might try to fly it over the side while attacking the front with the Dragoons. I'm not too sure. We got range finishing up for the Dragoons very, very soon. Very, very soon. Once they're marching backwards. There's a pylon in the front. The Dragoons are not strong enough to fight against Marines because there's only 2 of them. On a triple gateway production of Dragoons, you can easily fight back those Marines. Easily. But on double gateway, the number of Dragoons is perhaps not good enough. Which might be why this Protoss build order isn't often seen, if ever seen. Because the margins of error seem to be very, very small for the Protoss. This is basically an all-in build order. So we have range on the way for Marines, we have a factory, machine shop being built, got a command center number 2, got bunkers in the front to protect, more Dragoons on the way from back at home. He's adding on 4 more gateways. So yeah, this is an all-in build order. Getting robotics number 2 here back at home. Robotics number 2. Robotics number 2. So he's planning on having more Reaver production. Probably 1 shuttle, 2 Reavers is the plan for the future. He's trying to do as much damage as he can on those bunkers. But the Dragoons having range against Marines with range at bunkers doesn't work out too well for the Dragoons. But the Reaver's on the scene, Reaver has arrived, but the tank is almost finished up. It's going to be a very, very close call. It's going to take like 5 seconds for siege mode to finish, and then about 1 second or 2 seconds for the tank to siege up. It's going to be a very, very close call. A very close call. Siege mode is finished. Tanks goes up. And the Reavers are relocating to the bottom as if he knew siege mode was finishing up. Amazing, amazing instinct here from Gensay. Avoids the shot from the tank. Marines at the bottom. Marine's gonna shoot. Reaver shoots. Reaver kills a lot of Marines. And there's 1 more Reaver inside of that shuttle. It's 2 Reavers, 1 shuttle. He's microing very, very hard. Kills all the Marines. Is this work? Yes, this is working. This is working. And we got another 2 Reavers on the way back at home. He's gonna kill the supply depots and stim. Tank shoots. SCVs return back to the minerals, but they have to make their escape. Reaver is almost dead. He cannot unload the Reaver because it would die in 1 single shot. Instantaneously. But guess what? 2 more Reavers on the scene in the front. He's gonna attack the front, gonna try to kill the tank. And gets out of there. Goes over the bottom. There's only 1 Marine in the back. Zealot unloads. Reaver shoots. Notice how he puts the Reaver outside of the range of the other tank. Goes in all the way to the backside. Arrives on the scene. Tank almost dies. So he's running to safety. His shuttle is still alive. Reaver is inside. So he's have to scramble. Does get the kill. Relocates to the top corner. Kills more Marines. Leebokgu is in trouble. But he has stim. He has range. He has no medics. He's got siege tank there sieging up outside of the Reaver range. Reaver takes a shot, takes some damage, has to make his escape, kills more Marines, and he stays alive and relocates to a further location, further away. 2 supply depots died for Leebokgu, so he's supply like at the moment. This is looking terrible for Leebokgu. Shuttle comes in over the top side. Unloads the Reavers, tank shoots. Marines get killed as well. It's just around on the Reavers. Reavers do not die because the micro is great. He's getting torn apart. More shuttles arrive. It's 3 shuttles with Reavers, Zealots, everything you can imagine on the sea. Gensay is pulling off the most insane win and build order I've seen in a very long time. Maybe ever. This is one of the craziest Protoss build orders that I've not seen anyone ever do, and he's making it look like the most overpowered build order in history. This is absolutely amazing Protoss mastery. This is crazy. This is snow levels of crazy. Comes in yet again. Goes in. Flies over to the top side. So loading some Zealots. Gonna kill those turrets in the back. Loads more Zealots. Reavers arrive on the scene. Reavers gonna shoot on the Marines. Zealots are buffering for the Reaver. Tanking damage. Opening up a path. Reaver loads yet again. Tank sieging up. Tank is gonna get taken down. Scarab gets blocked. Scarab connects. Tank goes down. And that's GG. There's only 1 tank alive in the back. Almost no SCVs. Gensay absolutely pulled off, perhaps, one of the most impressive displays of pure, raw, fastest map skill with Protoss. That was a certified, crazy game to end this series with. So the score turns out to be 4 wins for both of these players. We don't have a game number 9. So, even though I said that Leebokgu was probably going to win this game, I was wrong. Leebokgu got absolutely destroyed in every single way imaginable in that final game. There was absolute destruction. Absolutely disgusting. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was beautiful. Beautiful. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will return for the next video, which should be coming up whenever it comes up. See you soon.